The proverb's success is in humility, failure is in arrogance, joy is in truth, trouble is in lies, blessing is in patience, loss is in anger, disease is in sin, and healing is in asking for forgiveness, conveys a series of moral and spiritual truths, suggesting that emotional and physical well-being are deeply connected to one's character and actions. The final phrase, healing is in asking for forgiveness, draws on both spiritual and psychological principles to illustrate how seeking pardon is a pathway to internal peace and health. The spiritual context from a spiritual perspective, asking for forgiveness, and the resulting healing is a foundational concept across many faiths. Healing from sin. Many traditions teach that human flaws, or sins, create a separation from the divine, which is a source of spiritual wholeness. Repentance, a sincere turning away from wrongdoing, along with a plea for forgiveness, can bridge that divide and restore the relationship with God. Guidance from the divine. In Christianity, for example, genuine repentance and confession to God allow for spiritual renewal, often referred to as being born again or feeling a refreshing of the spirit. Empowerment through grace. By relying on a higher power to forgive, individuals find the strength to change destructive patterns of behavior, thus healing the spiritual disease caused by sin. Reconciliation with others. As seen in Judaism and Christianity, seeking forgiveness from those one has wronged is essential for resolving interpersonal conflicts and fostering community harmony. True reconciliation is often a lengthy process that requires humility and grace. The psychological and physical context modern psychology and medicine have identified tangible health benefits associated with forgiveness, confirming the proverb's wisdom from a secular viewpoint. Reduce stress. Holding on to anger and resentment keeps the body in a state of stress, triggering the fight or flight response and releasing stress hormones like cortisol. This prolonged state of stress is linked to a higher risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and a weakened immune system. Asking for and receiving forgiveness can calm the nervous system and lower these risks. Improve mental health. Chronic anger and grudges are associated with depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. A decision to forgive releases these negative emotions, resulting in a lighter emotional load and increased feelings of hope, self-esteem, and optimism. Self-forgiveness. Healing also requires forgiving oneself. This allows an individual to move beyond guilt and shame over past mistakes and take responsibility without being consumed by self-criticism. Increased well-being. Studies have shown that practicing forgiveness correlates positively with higher life satisfaction, greater emotional regulation, and an increased capacity for empathy, all of which contribute to overall well-being. The meaning of the larger proverb. Each part of the proverb reflects a cause and effect relationship that culminates in the healing power of forgiveness. Humility leads to success by acknowledging one's weaknesses and aligning with a larger purpose. Arrogance leads to failure by blinding one to mistakes and preventing growth. Truth leads to joy by removing deceit and fostering authentic relationships. Lies lead to trouble by creating complexity, mistrust, and guilt. Patience leads to blessing by allowing for growth and endurance. Anger leads to loss by causing impulsive, destructive actions. Sin leads to disease as both a spiritual and metaphorical ailment resulting from wrongdoing. Asking for forgiveness leads to healing by addressing the core issue of one's misdeeds, whether against a person, a higher power, or oneself.